What's up everybody, it's Derek. I'm back here with another video with the Miata. So we got the Miata right here and we're going to be doing a bumper cut, which is just going to be taking off this extra piece of bumper. The reason why I'm doing that is because this exhaust, I love it. It's just a little too loud and I got myself a nice muffler. So the only thing is that the muffler won't fit there. So we're going to put it on this side, but to do that we have to cut the bumper. So I'll show you, or I won't show you how to, but I'll show you guys the steps and how we do it. We do have the car on the jacks now, and to get a closer look, what we're gonna do is from this OEM exhaust placement, we're gonna go from this line, we're gonna cut all the way and then drop it down here. So this whole part will be gone. The reason why is one, so I can fit the exhaust here, and so that this won't cause as much drag. I know this car's not powerful at all, but I was reading on some forums and watching some videos that mainly like track people will cut these out, especially on other cars, to get rid of the low pressure area. So that's what we're gonna do. And then, just if you guys were curious, this is my exhaust setup right now. So, starting from the front, we have no cat, and it's just a resonator right here. And then in the back, we have a glass back. I put that glass back in after this first resonator because it was way too loud. And it's still way too loud. The blast pipes are cool, but it is pulling power from my car. Since there's no back pressure is key for a non-turboed car. I don't have enough power to even spin the wheels. I've tried to drop the clutch at like red line and it just won't spin, and it just feels really sluggish and really slow. So this is the new exhaust. Don't want to put fingerprints on it yet. I don't know if I'm a fan of the blue tip yet. I don't know yet, so we'll put it on, and if I don't like it, it's super easy to get rid of it, and I'll make another video on how we do get rid of it, but it isn't that hard. So we're gonna start getting to work and seeing what we have to do to cut this bumper. So we have the rough outline of where we're gonna cut. We measured it. It was 6 inches from this bumper line up here down, and that's gonna give you the exact point to where this bottom part of the bumper meets this rough, or this like very soft line here. Some people cut the bumper way up here and it just looks bad. So what we're gonna do is cut it here, and then on this side we taped it down to give it that curvature that this exhaust has over here, or this side of the bumper has. So we got the Dremel, we're gonna get to cutting now, and hopefully we can put the new exhaust on today as well.
So you'll feel it
When it goes through?
When it's spinning, you'll feel it sitting like on top of the plastic, and then it'll like melt in like butter. And once you feel it go in a little bit, then just go really slow, and you'll feel it like starting from the top and slowly like cutting into it, and then you'll feel it go all the way through. And then you can kind of do a constant line across.
Holy sh!
Because you were going backwards with it.
That could have flew off right into my face.
I know.
Jesus. Well, we're almost there. We got it fixed, so you can see it's starting to, we just have a little bit more to go. So let's see if you guys can see. There we go. Well, throw that out. Now let's see what we have to work with. Honestly, not that bad. All right, so here's the cut. It's honestly not that bad. I like it a lot. But now what we're gonna do is, this is the bumper support, and it goes all the way up here as well. What most guys do is they have their bash bars, and once this is all out, they take this whole support off, throw it in the trash, put their bash bar in. Since I don't have a bash bar right now, and I do wanna keep some support, what I'm gonna do is take off the rear bumper, and we might be able to get away with just cutting this part out since we don't need it anymore. And yeah, so we're gonna try that. But the exhaust goes this way and out. Now our big muffler is pretty big. I wanted to have it here to be a left exit because I just love the way they look. But I don't know if we can get away with it because of how sharp this angle needs to be. So if anything, we may need to put it over here, but we'll get to that once we're at the shop. All right, so after fighting with this thing a little bit, we got the rear end off. So to get it off, first I'm gonna take off the tail lights. And then there's gonna be a bolt here, and then these screws here, and then another bolt, where is it at? Right here. You're gonna take those off, and that's gonna remove that part of the bumper. And then to get this bumper off, it's just one screw up here, one screw or zip tie here, that mount here and here. You need to take the lights out for the side markers. Same thing on this side. And then it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of these. Now, probably only 5 of them came out easy. The rest we had to break off, but I'm gonna get new ones anyways. So now what we're gonna do is, since I don't have a bash bar, I'm not going to get rid of this because then there's gonna be nothing to support the bumper up. So what we're gonna do is just cut from here all the way back so that I can have a nice, you know, exit for my exhaust. All right, so we didn't have to cut anything. I just was like, you know, might as well, let's just take the bumper support off. But my thing is how is the bumper gonna retain its shape? It has these things and the clips need to clip into there and all blah, blah, blah. What I found out is that this is its own unit by itself, and these holes line up with those holes on the bumper to keep it in place. I don't care about it flapping around or any of that stuff. So we're just gonna get rid of this. We're gonna take this wire that goes from the side markers. We're gonna zip tie it or hide it somewhere safe under here to the other side so I still have my side markers available. And for this thing, I'll probably just throw it in the garage, keep it, and we are definitely gonna be getting bash bars. I don't know when, but that's definitely on the bucket list, is to getting bash bars so that I have an easy jack point in the rear. And then now I have a whole open area for my exhaust. So we're just gonna cut it from this glass back resonator and just bring it back. Now, I don't want it to be a center exit, but I don't think it will fit way over here, so we may have to tuck it in here. Oh, there's some oil. Oh, that's water, never mind. So yeah, we'll figure out the exhaust placement later, but I will, oh crap, update you guys about this. One thing is that these bolts have shims on them that were designed to fit perfectly sandwiched between this, and this is all the way bolted down and it's rattling. So we're gonna try to find some cardboard and, in a sense, make it like a gasket, if that makes any sense to you guys, so that it can sit under this and on top of the support here, so that it will have a little bit of gap. So when we tighten these bolts down, it will squish everything together and it won't make it rattling around. So that's what we're gonna end up doing. The cutting stuff honestly wasn't that hard. And taking the bumper off was easy as 1, 2, 3. Like anybody can just do it. All it is 2 on the side, and then you have your side markers, and then these holes right here. So the car looks sick. The car looks like a race car right now. The huge blast pipe and gutted trunk. It looks sick. Now it just needs, what are they called? The bash bars. And then we'll also get bash bars for the front as well. That will sit right in front of the radiator. All right, so we finished doing the bumper cut and everything that we need to do. Honestly, in my opinion, it came out amazing. It came out better than I originally thought it would be. So here's the bumper support. we actually don't need it anymore. So that's good. And here's what it all looks like. So if you can see, the bumper is cut. There's the exhaust, you can see straight through. So now what I wanted to talk about is underneath, we have all of this room. And this is where the bumper support was at, which was right here with these bolts. We took that all out, and the bumper is actually pretty sturdy. Got the mounting holes correct. And then for these side markers, it has an extension cord that goes all the way through the bumper and all the way to the other side way over there. So what we did was we zip tied it where we zip tied where the bumper was, and I made sure to do it behind and not super tight so there's no chafing and the wires don't get cut. So the wires are safe where they're at, and over there as well, we zip tied them up in a safe location away from the exhaust. And yeah, so the whole entire rear end is pretty much empty, which is cool. I like the bumper cut. It could be, we might shape it up a little bit more, but the car's gonna get painted someday. Not too worried. So now what we're gonna do is, let me scoot it back. We're gonna take the exhaust from here, we're gonna go straight back right here. So it isn't gonna be a center exit, it's gonna be right here. And I'm thinking this is where the magic will be. And here's the exhaust. Don't worry, I'm gonna clean it later before I go so that the fingerprints don't get burnt in. But we're gonna have it somewhere like this. I kind of like it. I don't know if I like it yet. It may be two in the middle, but if we put it here, we'll just fry my bumper. We could have it maybe even here, but then that turn, the angle from the exhaust pipe over here is going to be too aggressive. So the only way we can have it is right here. All right, so this is the part in the video where everything starts going downhill. The shop, I don't want to say that they messed up, but it was, let's just call it a miscommunication. That, and also we found out that there is a huge major exhaust leak in the header. So the header is actually cracked where all four merge into one, and the gasket blew out going to the downpipe. So we can't have those leaks. So I actually am going to show a video now of where the leak is. So you can see where all the air bubbles are, where it goes four into one. There is a crack there, and you can see the bubbles coming out. And then also where the header meets the downpipe, you can also see a bunch of bubbles. And that's also from not having a gasket, or the gasket fell off or whatever. And also it is cracked as well there. So the parts are old, they need to be changed anyways. So we might as well just change them now and then address the rest of the exhaust later. What's up, guys? So it's the next day. I went to the exhaust shop yesterday and I got my exhaust made and everything, but there was a little issue. I guess there was miscommunications on both ends at the shop. They did put the exhaust on. It is nice. I like it a lot. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it looks very subtle, and it honestly fits the bumper cut very well. But the only issue I have is that I originally had, all right, so I originally had two resonators in the car. When they were cutting the exhaust, he took this one off, and I'll take blame for it. I never reminded him to put this one back on and have two resonators back to back to help quiet the noise down just a little bit. So after he welded it up and finished it, it was just sitting on the ground. And I start the car and it's still the same amount of noise. It's still really loud, and it honestly just sounded like how it was with the blast pipe. So I told him, I was like, I mean, did you put the other resonator on? And he said, no, but if you want to, I can put it on and charge extra on top of what I came in there for. So I was a little annoyed. I didn't want to pay the extra money, so I just left. It sounds pretty loud. There is a different tone. We went down from a 2.5 inch to a 2 inch behind the first resonator. So that's still gonna give me my back pressure. It does now spin wheels when I drop the clutch. It didn't before with the blast pipe because there was zero back pressure at all. So I guess there's some improvement there, but it's still very loud and not to where I want it yet. So I'm gonna look at other shops and see if I can find the right way to do it. Also, another thing, I will be getting headers as well for this car just to improve some performance, which I need to anyways. So headers, intake, and intake manifold are the things that I want to tackle next after, since we did the exhaust. So we're going to tackle that, and then I also want to fix my lifter tick. Now Miatas always have super loud lifter tick, so in another video I will take the engine apart again, take the lifters out, and almost walk you guys through on how to solve that issue. Will be a part 2 video to this one where we fully go ahead and replace the exhaust manifold and see if that helps. If that doesn't help, I also have a stock exhaust with the cat going from the down pipe back. So we'll just put that in and call it a day for then. It's just been a never-ending issue with the Miata's exhaust. Ever since I bought the car, there's always been something wrong with the exhaust, but I kind of pushed it to the side and I was like, oh well, exhaust is not that big of a deal. But it turns out it is. So, ugh. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. The exhaust, it's alright. I'm not too big of a fan of it, but tomorrow I'm going to pick up a brand new full exhaust for this car. We're going to go back to stock, or stock-ish, just for the meantime, and then we'll fully upgrade the exhaust system once we get the headers. So that's it for this video. It was cool. You live and you learn, you know? So I'll see you guys in the next one. Well, that's the car. Ugh.